So, ladies and gentlemen, I kind of want to go through a process because now we're kind of getting into a problem where we have multiple different examples or multiple different rules we need to apply. And I should have added in a 0 one, but we'll get to that. You guys will have examples of that today. I mean, I could throw an extra 0 in there. But what I'd like to make sure you guys understand is a way to do this. I'm going to try to make this, I'm going to just give you some tips on how to do this and not have to make as many mistakes. The first thing that I like to do is eliminate my parentheses, all right, or eliminate my exponents, basically, using your order of operations, right? You know, inside the parentheses, can I simplify this at all? No. The next thing I do is my exponents. Can I eliminate this exponent here outside the parenthesis? Yeah, right? I can do that by making sure I distribute that. So I'm going to distribute this to every single one of my terms. And I'm just going to distribute it in there. So therefore, I have 3x squared y to the negative 4th divided by 4y cubed times 5 to the negative 2nd x to the negative 4th y to the negative 2nd divided by 3x y to the negative 5th. Does everybody follow me right now so far? All right, the next thing I like to do, I like to multiply, or I like to add more than I like to subtract. If you guys remember when we were doing the combining of the terms of the polynomials, I always showed you guys, to rewrite your subtraction problem as an addition problem, because I prefer to add than to subtract. So I prefer to use my product rule rather than I'd rather use the product rule first, then the quotient rule, rather than using the quotient rule and then the product rule. So basically what I'm just telling you guys to do is multiply first. OK? So let's see. Is there any numbers here I can multiply? Now, actually, what I should do here, this will probably make sense. Before I even get to that, before I do that, what I should do is rewrite this all with positive exponents. So if it's negative in the numerator, to write it positive, you have to put it in the denominator. If it's a negative exponent in the denominator, to make it positive, you can rewrite it in the numerator, right? So the reason why I did that is because I don't want you guys getting confused saying, oh, 3 times 5 to the negative 2nd is like 15 squared. No, it's not. You got to make sure that's in the denominator. So let's write this with all negative or positive exponents. So I have 3x squared divided by 4y cubed y to the 4th times 1 over 5 squared times 3 times x to the 4th times y to the 5th times y squared. Does everybody see that, though? All I did is I wrote everything. You guys see everything up there. Everything up there was negative. So I had to put it all on the bottom. Oh, that y to the 5th, this is negative, right? My bad. This was negative in the denominator, so it's positive in the numerator. Sorry, I missed that. OK, so now I can apply the product. So obviously, ladies and gentlemen, 3x squared times y to the 5th, you can't combine anything with that, right? So that becomes 3x squared y to the 5th divided by, I have 5 squared, which is 25, times 4, which is 100. Times 3, which would be 300, right? I didn't see that. Times the 3. So I multiplied all these. I know, I'm slacking here. Now let's do the x's. So here I have x times x to the 4th, which will give you x to the. And then here I have y to the 3rd times y to the 4th, which is y to the 7th, times y squared, which is y to the 9th. All right. So now let's go and write this over here. So I have 3x squared y to the 5th divided by 300 x to the 5th y to the 9th Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, remember, we can simplify this. 3 over 300 can be reduced down to 1 over 100. So that can be simplified to 1 over 100. And then this is going to give me x to the negative third. So therefore, it's going to be x to the third in the denominator. And this will be y to the fourth in the denominator. Does everybody see why they're in the denominator? Because if you were to subtract them, they'd be negative in the numerator. So to write them positive, you'd write them positive in the denominator. I'm just kind of skipped an extra step because the problem was kind of taking long. Are we OK? You guys want to get some practice and then be done? All right. We're going to have a race. I'm going to have Alexis and Tristan move seats. And I'm going to have Zaria join that group. And then you guys can put your desks so they're nice and close. I'm going to give you guys an activity, a really, really fun activity.